It's week 4 of the 2025 season.
And we've got the latest chapter of a historic rivalry.
It's the Commanders
and the Eagles.
All that and more coming up next.
The city of Philadelphia is one of rich history and passion, and you can always count on the latter when you step inside Lincoln Financial Field. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Eagles team as they interplay here. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes they're not...
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Hurts. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Last week it was unbelievable how many times they were in the backfield. They had 7 sacks. Whatever they had for pregame meal last week, maybe they had it again.
I think they're going to continue to repeat it if they keep this up. But remember, we were at their facility, and we walked past the defensive meeting room, and what did it say over the door? Rush the passer. It's a philosophy. It's a statement. That's who they want to be, and they've been very successful with it.
Yeah, an opening drive sack. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Fair catch called for and collected right at the 10-yard line. So here is Washington now backed up a bit to start their first drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
Flush to his right. They find some open field here. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now 2nd and 3. Now Daniels. Going right back to Dotson. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. To the air goes Daniels. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Forced out to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
I'm actually looking at this play with defensive eyes here, partner, because they were still laser focused on him after his earlier exploits on this drive. I think they went back to the well just a little bit too soon. He got across the line of scrimmage, but they certainly weren't giving up much more than that.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their 2nd drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Hurts going to keep it running right. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down. The Eagles hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Well, hold everything here because this is about the last guy that they would want to see shaken up. Quarterback Jalen Hurts in some discomfort. Looking to throw. McKee. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And McKee will look to throw it. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jeremy Chin right there to knock that away. Here's 2nd and 10. You talk about this Washington defense. Now, they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Back to throw, McKee. And he slings one that's incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
McKee to throw here. It's complete to Brown, right side. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
McKee. Fighting to stay upright. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. From the 35, here's 2nd and 6. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing now, Leary. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
3rd down and 8 yards to go.
And McKee now. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 30. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Here's McKee. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. McKee now to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley on the option. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard. He's going to use his legs here. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. McKee. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. Checks this one down to Robinson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. To throw is Daniels. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down.
Encroachment defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
So forget the 3 and out. The penalty makes this 1st and 10. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. Going to be caught downfield by Dotson. And he has another 1st down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 33. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Daniels looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So that kick gives them their 1st points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Eagles offense and running back Saquon Barkley ready to get going again. And he's been a tough man to stop in this 1st half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 87 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this 1st half.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. This short throw caught by Goddard. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the gun on 3rd down. McKee, he's got his target. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Operating from the gun, McKee, and this one complete to Smith. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Brown goes in motion left. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Elliott is good. And they continue to lead in the battle of field goals here. It's now 9-3. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, it's still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Daniels. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense and their running back getting set to go once more. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And this is going to be an Eagles 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw. McKee. This short throw caught by Goddard. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Washington on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, McKee. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. They set up the screen to Hill. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And here's Rodgers on the return. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific.
It got his man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Washington ready to try again on offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's Daniels. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And the Washington 1st down.
Now Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Looking to throw. Daniels. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And his kick is good. And the lead is down to 10 now at 16-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because, you know, all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. from the gun on 3rd down. McKee. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Xavier Worthy, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. From there, we head up to Wisconsin to check out the Packers at home in Lambeau. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Jordan Love, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie, see what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. 16-10, the final. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. To the air goes Daniels. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
That's good for an Eagles. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one. In today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
In motion right, Campbell. Hurts. Buying time to his left. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. In motion left comes Brown. Throwing is Hurts. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. He was looking that time to get it to Paris Campbell, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Here's Hurts to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Washington offense heading out. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 2nd down.
At the 34-yard line.
Back to throw. Daniels. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the 3rd quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Rodgers on the return. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and they will take over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your...
Hurts fumbles it. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
This is really, really difficult for teams to coach because you love the extra effort, right? When he break a couple of tackles, I mean, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage, but you also have to have an idea that people are going to come up behind you from the side, trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
Here we go on the next drive for Washington. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. If they want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. 2nd down and 3.
At the 22-yard line.
Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. In motion left, that's Gage. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and give it instead to Eckler. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up. Now whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick slant, Dotson. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. Daniels. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down. Give him 2 on the play there. And Washington set up now 1st and goal. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Eckler again. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Austin Eckler, his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
And they can thank their defense for this one. They were set up with a short field following the turnover, but they took care of business as well, working their way down and finishing with a strong run into the end zone for their first touchdown of the game.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead will shrink to 6. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And bulldozing his way through. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 up to the 33. The Eagles just about set to go to work on offense. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 34-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. And his throw is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but fortunately, and it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. There he goes, right side. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2.
The Eagles will set up for the 2-point conversion.
And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point? But after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Washington offense back out there. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And McLaurin, the motion man right. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Here's a 2nd and 5. Throwing is Leary. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, Washington.
Leary now going to look to throw to the right side and caught by Sennett. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 48-yard line.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a throw right sideline is complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
And 8.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So an important one there as they widen their lead in this 4th quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. To throw is Leary. Throw out wide is incomplete. This offense so far on third down, they've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and 19. On the screen, this is Eckler. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
To me, this is a case of if you're not getting the ball, you've got to do your job and block for the guy who is, because there really wasn't much there. And, boy, the defense took advantage with that loss.
And the defense, they were just locked in there on third. They had more guys than they could block. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. It's Devontae Smith and the Eagles ready to go on offense. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
17 at the 41-yard line.
Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable.
15 yards and leads to 3rd down.
Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a 1st down. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Barkley. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 122 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
2nd and 4 at the Commanders' 33-yard line.
2nd down, here's Barkley again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
They'll drop to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll throw with Leary. He was out there waving his arms saying throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
Now this incomplete, and I don't see any flags coming out. He was clearly in the pocket, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, and that brings up 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Back to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Inches at the 11-yard line.
Hurts with a quick throw, complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly, and now 1st and goal, expect them to attack.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley from 3 yards out. And the Eagles are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And still fighting. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets. And it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now Leary. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at their 48-yard line.
Here's Leary. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Well, now hang on here because Saquon Barkley is in some discomfort, so we're going to have a pause here for an injury. Now 2nd and 9. Hurts going to give this to Shipley. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Throwing now, Leary. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Leary. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football.
It's a turnover on downs.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And that is incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Now a 3rd and 6. Hurts. Into the hands of Nichols. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
Jake Elliott on for the field goal. A 39-yard.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. From the gun on 3rd down. Leary able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Again, he'll drop to throw. Completes it again to Gage. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 2nd down and 8. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw right side complete to Dotson. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing is Leary. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Leary now going to look to throw.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Back to throw again. That one downfield for Dotson. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Jahan Dotson, 40 yards. And the Commanders get a bit closer. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And the Eagles dodge a bullet. They cover it up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Straight ahead, Shipley. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Eagles, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll drop down to 1-3, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.